That's why we have some trouble out here, because you have that. People going against the masculinity and not thinking all the other stuff. And that's because of their own issues. And it's either like some women, is people saying whatever gender they are, or you got some men who, quite frankly, well, males who are shadow men. They less than men, so they're gonna go after the real men in this society. But it was the real men who built this world, just like it or not, who putting their lives on the line and everything. I'm quite sure in the Ukraine, they loving it that some real men are standing up and fighting. And look, as a man, don't apologize for that shit. Don't say, well, my gender did this and I'm sorry. For what? We built some shit. Yeah, there was some problems. Yeah, there was some bad apples. Well, there's bad apples in all communities. Even in some of these gender fluid communities, they got some bad apples. And among women, there's bad apples. It's good and bad, period. That's just nature. Don't apologize for being who you are. Staying strong. Even if everybody around you is saying, oh, something wrong, you should do this. Just say, you know what, I really loved y'all at one time. I gotta go, because I'm gonna be who I'm gonna be. A man shouldn't have to apologize for being a man. Don't apologize. If they don't like it, tell them to stay the fuck out your face. If they don't like, what they gonna do? What they gonna do? Because despite everything, if you look at everything, men still run everything. And it's still men at the top dealing with stuff. You know? So don't apologize. As a man, look, as a man, especially as a sovereign man, work to control your environment. That's one of the main reasons you need to build your sanctuary. And then even when you dealing out here, if you gotta be a man even on a job. There's some jobs I nearly lost because I wasn't putting up with some bull. I told you. Shoot, I've been in human resources more for like having to just standing up for myself. Like stand up as a man and be proud of that. You were made a man. However you choose to worship God, you were made a man. Don't apologize for it. You staying strong, be proud of it. Men, hey, where we at now, just to be in the position we're in now, men did that. Men did that. Yes, women have contributed to some things, but look, the main thing, the societies were built by men. We bring order and stuff. Indeed, if more men were standing up, I guarantee there wouldn't be the same amount of crime.
It is about to be divided into two species. Mankind, as you know it, is about to be divided into two species. This goes for the women as well. There are going to be women who look beautiful on the outside. A lot of them are going to take on the Amazonian look, but they're going to be fallen angels. They're going to be demons. They're going to be succubus. And once you brothers cross that threshold, you will never be the same. Because these thorns are going to prick and prod into your nether realms, brothers. It's going to prick and prod. And it's going to be able to get into your bloodstream. Now, these are going to be small teeth, like thorns. Now, I know y'all like, man, New Breed, you on to some crazy stuff. No. The Bible prophesies the mixing of clay, the genetic splicing. Why do you think all of these things are going into the veins of the people? What do you think they're doing right now? They're creating a species. And these thorns is going to be inside of these creatures that appear to be women. They're going to be pricking in your private parts to the point you don't really feel it, but it's something going into your bloodstream. Some real alien stuff is going on with some of these women. They're being morphed. Real talk. They're being morphed, bro. But I want y'all to pay attention to this. It's real out here. Women are doing a lot of things to try to gain power. See, there's a power struggle going on. They don't want to adhere to the biblical patriarch. No. They want to rule over you with an iron fist. They want to be able to do things like roll their eyes and have you act like Will Smith and bum rush anybody. They want that type of manipulation and control over you, brothers. It's time more than ever to start to begin to reserve our energy. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and share this source here. A lot of these witches don't want men who are already corrupted. There's no power in that. They don't want men who are already evil as hell. It's not the same. It's not the same. They don't get the same majesty that they would get from a brother who's actually trying to do the right thing. Now I want you to hear this out. Story time. It says, story time. I was cursed over a love spell I did on my ex. Let's see what she got us.
That's like that.
Be careful what they watching. Let them know that it's wrong.
But my cousin put me on to like witches and charms and spells. But it's just playing around, you know, it's not serious. I read it. It was a long ass time ago, okay? So I just Googled it. And it just put me to this website. It was just saying to just write down a spell that you, just something from the heart, and repeat it 3 times. They suggested to buy a pink candle with it, and I guess to say it every day. Well, me, I don't know.
So it can be as something as simple as a candle. She was taught to buy a candle and repeat a certain phrase repeatedly, day in and day out, which shows you that there's power in words. There's power in words. The tongue is like a double-edged sword. And what it does is it channels an energy. And I also told people about the power of words when labeling your food, taking mason jars, putting cooked rice inside the mason jar. This is an experiment you can actually try. Take 2 mason jars, put cooked rice in each jar, right? Cover the jars up, put one label on it that says love, put another label on the other jar that says hate. When you pick those jars up about a week or so later, in the same temperature, room temperature, the one that says hate is going to have mold, it's going to have fungus, it's going to have all kind of debris. The one that says love is still going to be looking clean. It's power in words. That's what we got. That's why we got to be careful what we speak. We can truly speak things into existence, but you can do it on the right-hand side or you can do it on the left-hand side. Men and you brothers got to get a mentality of discipline because, and I'm talking about emotional discipline, or you can end up like Will Smith, self-sabotage. That's the name of the game right now, brothers. The name of the game is to get witches to make you brothers self-sabotage because you allowed them to have a point of entry. See, the powers that be can't come right at you. They only can send people who are the closest to you. And you brothers got to understand, we are at war right now. We are at war with black girl magic. And the only way to overcome it is we got to have spiritual fortitude on the next level for the Almighty. We got to get in this book. Thank you for the $10 contribution. Bryce says, New Breed. People do witchcraft on me. How do I defend myself? Fasting and prayer, and also not allowing them to get any of your energy. You cannot give them your energy. They are totally energy based. Without your energy, they get exhausted. Listen, I want you to think about a witch movie. I think there was a movie that came out in the 90s called The Wicked Witches. I may be wrong, but I believe it was called the Wicked Witches or the Witches of Salem. It was something to that degree. I wish I could remember the name of it. But listen, these witches, they look beautiful when you see them. It's not like riding on a broomstick, big wart on their damn nose. No, witches look very physically appealing, right? Very physically appealing. But the thing is, when they don't extract the light from the righteous, they get exhausted and they begin to wear out. They begin to look like the witch, the Wicked Witches of Salem. They begin to get the big warts and start looking all crazy and face looking all distorted. Like that happens. This is what happened. Eastwick, boom. See, that's why I rock with y'all the long way. The Witches of Eastwick. That's what it was called. Yep. Behind closed doors, when they're not getting the power, this is why I say reserve your energy. When they're not getting the power from us, this is spiritual warfare. When they're not getting the power, they begin to rot from the inside out. They begin to die off. That's what we want. Same thing with wizards. Listen, if we start starving the 2/3 out, because the Most High God, he's ready to elevate us. We chose the right side. We on the right side of history. The meek shall inherit the earth. The Most High God ready to bring us to the next level. If we don't give them the energy, they die off. They die off. They're energy vampires. But anyway, I want this young lady to say what happened to her when the spell was reversed. When she didn't get the energy that she expected from that man, what started to happen to her? All right, let's go. Let's go back to story time.
You. Bro. Yo. I honestly didn't think of it. I did not think of it until you asked me this question. I did not think of it because I didn't know that spells can do.
I don't know what the hell she's smoking, but it got her out here tweaking. Shorty loopy as hell.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Eli Talks TV. I'm back with another video, and in this video, y'all, I want to talk about the Great Babylon. The Great Babylon is mothers of prostitutes and the evil things of this world. This title brings me back to Revelation. I don't know, it was about, I think it was Revelation 17:2. Y'all could search it up if you want to. But that title right there describes the very things that's going on right now in this earth. The very things that's transpiring within the people. I feel like now we're seeing a lot of school shootings. And I'm gonna touch on school shootings in my next video. So I'm not gonna touch on it on this video, but I want to stay on topic. Now, the Great Babylon, right? I told y'all about this. I told y'all a while back about how America, right, quote unquote Babylon, is falling. And the things, the people, the places, the environments, all of these things are now becoming vanity, because it's like now all of these things are falling apart and we're all seeing it happen at one time. And you want to know what's crazy, y'all? The lead head of all this chaos that's going on right now in this world is because of weak men and masculine women. These women, right? These daughters of Zion, these the prostitutes that are stated in Revelation, these prostitutes, these strange women, right? These strange women are taking, it's almost like a spirit. It's like a spirit that's taking rise in America today. Jezebel. Takeover is Jezebel. I made a video back on that as well. This spirit of Jezebel, this spirit of Babylon, this spirit of necromancy, right? It's taking rampant in America. And right now, the daughters of Zion, these women are the forefronters of what we call sexual sin. I need to tell y'all something. Why is everything so sexual now? Why is everything that you see, everything that you look at, everything that you go on social media to view is now sexual? Why are men and women battling each other now? Why is this happening? Why is there a war between the genders? Why? Because everything is out of order. You understand me? Everything is out of order because no one is taking their rightful place. Nobody is taking their rightful role in true masculinity. No one is taking their rightful role in true femininity. So there's an imbalance on the earth right now. And this imbalance is causing for things to go out of hand. Because again, everyone is in their emotions. But I want to stay on topic. This thing that we call America, this place that we call America, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's like Babylon. Everything, the things that you indulge in, the foods, the sex, the greed, the money, the fame, all of these things are slowly starting to deteriorate, as well as her bosom, meaning the dragon meaning the beast meaning this system, this government that we all serve, this government that we are all under. These things are starting to serve this beast, and this beast needs you and my energy, faith, hope to depend on it. You know what I'm saying? To get us from one thing to another. But it's the things that we indulge in. The things that we indulge in is causing us to slowly but surely die off. And it says in the Bible, in the book of Revelations, that the people will die off with her and her sins. Do not indulge in her sins. Why is it telling us not to indulge in her sins? It's telling us this because we will die off and we will slowly but surely be captivated with the sins and the plagues of Babylon. With the sins of the plague and the plagues of the daughters of prostitutes. You see a lot of I'm not just gonna come after the women. I'm gonna come after the men too, but it's just we see more so women right now having this almost prostitute state of mind. You feel me? The way that they carry themselves is not like queens. It's not like it's not like how they should carry themselves. Now it's more so like a prostitute, like a beggar. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that just wants to take, like somebody that's just in survival mode every time they deal with the opposite sex, or every time they are faced with reality. It's like these women are now in survival mode because it's now about, what can you give me? What can I get from this situation? What's the most that I can take from this man, from his career? You understand me? From his life force. What's the most I can gain from this situation without having to drop my defenses? Control. This is what we are seeing now. We are seeing controlling, manipulative, narcissistic, ego-driven, prideful men and women run rampant within this day and age. And you can say it's the incubus spirit. You can say it's a succubus spirit. You can say it's a spirit of Delilah. You can say it's a Python spirit. All of these spirits, Jezebel spirit, all of these things take place under one system, one beast. Whether you know it or not, you are serving this beast. You are serving this system some way or another. You know, some people say that they don't believe in God. Some people say that they don't really take sides. They don't really take, a lot of interest in religion or Christianity and all that good stuff. But it's like, well, if you don't serve God, then who else are you serving? Who else is getting the glory out of the acts that you do among this earth? Who else is getting that glory? Who else is getting that praise? Who else are you giving honor to? There's nobody else if you're not doing it for God, right? So what I'm saying is, our women and our men have gone crazy. And everything is so sexualized to the point where it's like the more you serve, these women in a sexual manner, the more they steal from your soul. The more power that they gain, the more they feel like they can manipulate you, the more they feel like they can have power over the things that you say and do. You see it now with the WAP. You see it now with these songs that's being played by, who, Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, all these other good people. you see it more often because it's like now Satan is just right in your face. It's right in your grill. You can be sleeping with the opposer. You can be sleeping with the enemy and call her a friend, a lover, a coworker. But you sleeping right next to the enemy. You know what I'm saying? You sleeping right next to the enemy, but then you're calling him a friend. But Satan is always disguised as something that you like. Satan will always be disguised as something that you imagine. You understand me? He'll always be disguised as that. He'll always be disguised as an angel of light. But really deep down under, they have hidden agendas. Deep down under, they have hidden motives. Deep down under, they have a whole nother plot on how they're going to gain control over you and your life in some way, shape, or form. This is something that a lot of people have got to look out for, because what happens, right, if your defenses are lowered because you can't think with your right head, instead you're thinking with your left head, that lower, you understand me, that base level, you can't think with that head no more. But a lot of men out here are thinking with their lower head instead of their, you know what I'm saying, their top head. And it's getting them caught up. It's getting them trapped up. It's getting them killed because they don't know who they dealing with. These women nowadays are not who they pretend to be. They are not as innocent as you think they are. They not. They not. And that's just the plain and fact simple, you know, that's just simple. But we not just gonna stay on the women, we gonna stay on the men too. The men play a role in how weak they are. The men play a role in that. And you seen it with Jezebel. You seen it how the gay she had gays and all that with her. She had I forgot what they call them stills, but she had those weak men with her. And these weak men would worship the ground she walked on, would follow her every move, her every command, her every step. Because these weak men didn't have leadership. These weak men didn't have the ability to stand up for themselves. These weak men didn't have the ability to be there for each other and really take ownership of who they are as men. And so they fell victim to Jezebel's trap, to Jezebel's command. Every command that she made, they would fall victim to it. You've seen it with Samson. Samson got his hair cut off by Delilah because he let his defenses down. He let his defenses down. He told his secrets. And by him telling his secrets, that gave Delilah an opening. That gave the enemy a door. How many people are you telling your secrets to? How many, of these women that you tell your secrets to, and they expose that shit? They use it right back on you. They take the same things that you tell them, and they throw it right back at you. It'd be an argument or something like that. It'd be years down the, you know what I'm saying? Something you told them years down the line, or they'll say it to their friends because you don't rock with them no more. It'll be stuff like that. Listen, it's either these women are going to build you up or they're going to destroy you, bro. But you can't waste your time trying to figure that out. If you're trying to figure out if a woman is right for you in your life right now, then 9 times out of 10, she ain't right for you. And you need to keep it moving before this woman learns your tactics, learns your secrets, learns your weaknesses, gets you nice and soft and cuddly, sleeps with you a little bit here and there, gets you a little bit of sex here and there, gets you a little bit of pussy here and there, and then uses you. Lowers your defenses, cuts your hair off just like Samson. Now you wondering what happened to me in my life, what happened to me in my masculinity, what happened to me in God, what happened to me being rooted in and grounded in something. I lost my grounding because I fell victim to lust. I fell victim to temptation. I fell victim to Delilah, Jezebel. But this spirit that's on this earth right now, that you and I see on a day-to-day basis, is running so rampant, and it's got so many of our dear brothers that it's ridiculous. These brothers out here now are so lost. They're so lost because they're governed by their own lust and they can't get out of it. They say, it's said in the Bible that whosoever continues to do evil, let them do evil. Whosoever continues to do good, let them do good. So right now you're seeing people who want to do evil, and it's it's getting worse. It's getting worse because now that you've been in that sin for so long, now that you've been thinking evil thoughts for so long, now that you've been pandering and playing with the enemy for so long, it's gonna be harder and harder to get out of it. Because that veil hasn't been lifted. That veil is still stuck on what you're doing. And it's darkness that these people are in. It's darkness that these women are in. It's darkness that these men are in. They're in darkness. They're not in light. So it's like it's a cry out for help, but it's like their only help. They feel like they can get it through a void, through a man, through a woman, through a relationship, through money, through pleasures, through Babylon. You understand me? And Babylon ain't got no hope for nobody. It's just gonna burn. And it's up to us to realize, are we gonna burn with this city, or are we gonna get out the city and choose a more righteous path? But that's hard. It is hard. Because you're surrounded, just like Las Vegas, you're surrounded by all these pleasures. You know, I had a conversation with one of my supervisors at work. She said, she said, she went to Las Vegas and she seen this strip. And on this strip, there was a bunch of people, right? It's a bunch of people with everything. They had everything that you can desire. All the partying, all the liquor, all the sex, all the looking at titties out, ass out, all that. They had all of these things that you can desire right there on the strip. Right there on the strip. Gambling. You understand me? Scamming, all that. Right there on a strip. So in other words, we can call this Sin City. So what happens when you go to Sin City and you get captured up in Sin City and you ain't fully anchored yourself in Christ? You ain't fully anchored yourself in what makes you fold. You ain't fully anchored yourself in the greed of money. You ain't fully anchored yourself in the greed of lust. You ain't fully anchored yourself in the greed of life's desires and the temptations that comes with life. What happens when you get involved in that? You get swallowed up in the city. It's like a plague. It's like a disease, a virus. And you get swallowed up in this city, and it's harder and harder for you to get out, because now what was once hidden is now shown in the light. And all of these people serve the same mission. All of these people are here for the same thing. They get the same pleasures. They get the same type of feeling, the same missing void that they can't get outside of the voids and the pleasures that they seek every day on an everyday basis. Now this strip, right? This strip is crazy. It's crazy that she said that to me, because it almost reminded me of Babylon, of Sin City, of Sodom and Gomorrah. They had all the things that you could desire. All of these things that you could desire, all of these things that you could wish for, hope for. All of them right there at your very beck and need. And you can indulge in these things. And it's not wrong, because everybody else is indulging in it too. Everybody else is lost too. We all lost. In the sin of city, in the city of sin, we're all lost in Sin City. We're all doing the same thing. So how could you tell me about my sin if you're doing the same thing I'm doing? If you're worshiping the same God I'm worshiping? You know what I'm saying? And so they got lost. So they turned to salt. They turned into salt, because it's like they fell victim to pleasure. So again, choose on this day who you will serve. I feel like everybody is right now is under judgment. This is judgment that you're seeing with the women and how they losing their hair, how they losing their looks, their beauty. God said in the word that He was going to take the beauty of the daughters of Zion away. Now they losing their beauty, they're losing their hair, they're losing their worth, they're becoming more masculine. Why is that? Because it's judgment. No one is turning away. It's judgment. What you see right now is judgment. Everything that's happening on this earth right now is judgment. It's meant to happen. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. You feel what I'm saying? And Jezebel is doing her job. These daughters of Zion are doing their job. These prostitutes are doing their job. They're doing their job. They're assigned. Whether we know it or not, they are assigned to do what they are meant to do. And if it's, excuse my language, fucking and sucking, then they gonna do a whole lot of fucking and sucking. Because they have no purpose. That is their purpose. You understand what I'm saying? That is their purpose. That's where they find their purpose. That's where they find their enjoyment, because nothing else brings them joy. They're soulless. They're soulless. They have no soul. They have no meaning, because they've given themselves up, just like prostitutes, to all these other men. And now all these other men are playing in their head. All these other men are spreading their seed in these women's wombs. And now they can't listen to the right voice. It's almost like they're becoming schizophrenic. I don't know if y'all know what schizophrenia is, but it's when you have all these different types of we can say voices, all these different types of voices going on in your head, and you don't know which one to listen to, which one to lead you. It's almost like you got voices, but really it ain't voices. It really ain't voices. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like these people are having different type of personalities going on within themselves. And these personalities are bringing them closer and closer towards destruction, evil, because it's not natural. What they doing is not natural. What they doing is only giving them less and less meaning. So when you are less and less meaningful, when you are low on energy, you give a doorway, a gateway to Satan and his dominions. You give a doorway to Satan and what he wants for you. You give a doorway to Satan and the things that he wants to embed in you. So now you serve a purpose not even for God at this point. Now you serve a purpose for evil, whether you know it or not. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know at this point. And this purpose that you're serving is far outweighed more than you know. Now, whether you know it or not, you can choose what other type of thing that you want to do. But if you've been serving this one specific purpose for so long, then it's hard to get out of that. It's hard to get out of that. So you got to keep your mind swift. You got to keep your headspace clear. If your headspace ain't clear, then what else are you allowing in that mind and in that headspace? It's dangerous, because a lot of people have a lot of other things that have been allowed in their lives, in their headspace, in their mental, and they don't know which one to serve. That's why now you're seeing suicide deaths on a rampage. You're seeing more suicides. You're seeing more people starting to commit suicide. Why? Because they have all these voices in their heads. They have this controlling spirit called Jezebel running their lives. And it's giving them meaninglessness. And they're becoming soulless. So they have no reason. They feel like they have no more reason to live. That's, at the end of the day, that's what this shit brings you. That's what this shit does to you, bro. If you proceed in vanity, if you proceed in meaningless things, it will give you a meaningless life. And you will be meaningless walking around with meaningless people, serving meaningless type of emotions with meaningless type of purpose in this life. And at this point, Sodom and Gomorrah, Babylon has gotten you. Babylon is now in your mind. And now you can't get out of Babylon, because now it's in your head. It's been glued to what you do on an everyday basis. It's been glued, it's been secured in how you act and how you move and how you talk. So now Babylon is everywhere you go. Now you bring Babylon with you. They say that you can only bring your environment. You can leave your environment, but you can also bring it with you. So what happens when you've left your environment, but your environment hasn't left you? You done brought your environment with you everywhere you go, and you wonder why your life ain't changed. You wonder why your life is still the same. You wonder why your life is going this way or going that way, because Babylon is still following you in your act, in your presence. It's not a place. It's spiritual. Until we start looking at things from a spiritual lens, until we start looking at people from a spiritual lens, that's going to be the only way we can truly figure out what's going on in this world. And what you see right now is vanity. What you see right now is people chasing pleasures. What you see right now is people chasing vanity and just I'm just gonna call it like it is, sin. And it's not bringing these people joy. It's not bringing them happiness. It's not giving them fulfillment. They're trying to see a void. I told y'all. People are trying to find a void, some type of hole left in their soul that no one else can fulfill but you know who? Jesus Christ. But what happens when you ignore God? And like I told y'all, you get schizophrenic, you ignore the voice of God for so long, and now you are now indulging in evil. And evil is all you know, because evil is all you've listened to for years and years and years, and until now, it's a part of you. It's a part of your whole being. It's a part of you now. Babylon is a part of you. So we have to be very, very protective over who we allow in our circle, who we allow in our environment, who we allow in our life. Because a lot of people don't come with the right spirits. I'm just being honest with you. A lot of people don't come with the right spirits, man. Some people come to cause chaos in Babylon to flow in your life because you're in the New Jerusalem. And I'm not talking about places right now, y'all. I'm talking about spirit. I'm talking about where you at mentally. The New Jerusalem, heaven can be in your mind. You can be in heaven in your mind before you can even go to heaven, before you even visit heaven. You can be in Babylon, hell, on earth before you even go to hell, before you even see Babylon. You understand me? A lot of people are walking around in hell internally. You got to catch that. A lot of people are walking around in hell internally. I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about internally. People are suffering in hell internally. You understand me? So when they come across somebody that has the New Jerusalem type of mindset, the New Jerusalem type of aura, type of energy, then they get attached to it because it's something that I've never experienced before. It's something that I've never had contact with. You're somebody that I've never experienced before because you're so different. Why? Because I have the New Jerusalem Christ, Jesus Christ, living within me. I have his kingdom living within me. So if his kingdom is living within me, then you can see the fruits of my labor. You can see it. Come on now, people can see hell. People can see heaven. It's in you. Not only is it's not just a far away place. It's in you. It can be in you. It can be in you. So we got to change what's inside of us, all of us, to truly know self, to truly know God, to truly know Jesus. You got to change. You got to get to him first. In order to know God, you got to get through Jesus. So, that was just a little side piece. It's just a little sidebar. I want to stay on topic, but this was about Babylon and the prostitutes of Zion and the evils that go on in this world. And right now we are seeing the prostitutes of Jezebel, Delilah run rapid. Shiva run rapid right now within our men and within our women. And these succubus, incubus spirits are so heavy on the people to the point where now they have to serve and act it out in order to feel fulfillment within their lives. They have to serve this urge in order to act it out and feel fulfillment within the things that they do on an everyday basis. But this is not a physical war. This is a spiritual war. This is something that you don't see in people. This is something that you don't see all the time. But now it's starting to be acted throughout the actions of people, because the actions of people are showing you that they don't have inner peace, that they have something else controlling them, that they have something else that's being guided within their system. Do you have a system of New Jerusalem, or do you have a system of the beast? Are you riding the beast? Are you still worried about the temptations and pleasures of this world? Are you still worried about the people's opinions of you? Are you still worried about the things that come with this world, the things that come with Babylon, the things that come with Sodom and Gomorrah? Are you still worried about that thing? Are you not disconnected yet? Have you not disconnected yet? Are you trying to disconnect? Or are you stuck in Babylon? Is your mindset stuck in Babylon? And until we can get to that question, then we can really move forward. Then we can really start changing our energy and more prevalent in our outward. You understand me? So that's just a little word. I don't want to make this longer than it needs to be. I have 2 separate videos on this. So hopefully it serves its purpose, and hopefully I got some type of message across. Remember, if you indulge in Babylon, if you indulge in her desires and in her sexual sin, because that's where she's gonna get you. That's where Babylon is gonna get you. That's where her prostitutes are gonna get you, through sexual sin. If you indulge in that long enough, sooner or later, how you doing? I'm doing good. Y'all forgive me. But if you can indulge in that long enough, then sooner or later you will be destroyed with her. Sooner or later, you will be destroyed within her sexual pleasures, within her temptation. And then God will have to shut it down. God's gonna shut it all down soon. So you gotta ask yourself, am I willing to leave Babylon behind and celebrate New Jerusalem, come into a new understanding, come into a new mindset? Or am I willing to just stay in Babylon and continue to indulge with the daughters of Zion, with the daughters of prostitutes, with Babylon? You understand me? That's the question you got to ask yourself. So hopefully y'all can get to that understanding. Hopefully I made sense in this video. Hopefully God directed my speech and how I worded these things for y'all. I could only use certain increments from the Bible from which I remember because I just read it, a little bit of it on my way outside. So hopefully y'all got something from that. And it's been easy, man. Y'all stay up. Y'all, what y'all see right now is all prophecy. What y'all see right now is all related to Revelations. What y'all see right now is what we are living through. Every sequence, every plague, every enactment of men and women, it's all connected. It's all correlating to Revelations. So this stuff is playing out before your very eyes. And sometimes, me, myself included, indulge in Babylon. Sometimes we get caught up in Babylon. But sometimes God has to call us out. God says, for I have called you out of Babylon, ye, O children of God, and I have set you apart to be different. I have set you apart to be of a kingship. Not be a part of her. Don't indulge in what she does. Don't indulge in what this world does, because this world is only going to get you caught up. She's only going to get you caught up. And it's gonna be good for a little while. But in the long run, it's going to mess you up. So y'all stay safe. Don't be tempted out here. Keep it in your pants, ladies. Keep your legs closed. And have awareness, have discernment on who you're dealing with. And don't allow everybody, just anybody and everybody in your life. Because some people, like I said, come to destroy you. And some people come to help build you. You need to realize who these people are quickly. And you can only realize that through their actions, not their words. Not what they say, but by what they do, what they show you. What are people showing you? How are these people treating you? How is their behavior around you? That's what you need to determine. So anyway, I'm out. Deuces, y'all. Stay safe.